Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eno. In today's video, we'll look at how we can install Ubuntu Linux on Mac, and we'll be using this tool right here, UTM, as our hypervisor. Now we'll need to download and install this tool, so it's a quick download and install. And we also need to download the ISO image for Ubuntu. Let me just minimize this here. If you open your browser and search for UTM for Mac, and you go to this link, get UTM app, and you just download it here. I already downloaded it, so I'm not gonna download. Just click on this to download it, and then just do an install like for any other application. Once you have it installed, you'll come here, and then you'll search for Ubuntu ARM download. So you wanna go to this link, and then you want to get Ubuntu Server for ARM. The latest version right now is 2404 LTS. This is what you want to get. So just click on this to download it. Again, I already downloaded this, so I'm not going to download it. Once you have those two, you can proceed with the installation. I'm going to open UTM. Now we'll begin the installation. Click on create a new virtual machine, virtualize, Linux, and under the boot ISO image, you want to browse to where you downloaded that image, the ISO image. So let's see where I put mine. This is where I put mine. This is the ISO image right here. Select it and click open, and then click continue. Here you want to select the memory. The minimum is 2 GB, but it's recommended to use at least 4. I'm gonna go with the default selected here, which is 4. I'm gonna go with the default CPU cores here. Continue. The size of the drive, you can increase it or decrease it. You need at least 20. I'm gonna go with the 30 here, GB. Continue. You can share a folder if you want. I'm not gonna be sharing one, so I'm just gonna continue. And let me call this here Ubuntu. To Linux 2024, and then this is the other settings here. The RAM, CPU, it's going with the default cores, so we'll leave it at that. And then the storage 30 GB. We'll click save, and this is the virtual machine right here. With it selected, we can click this to start it. So we'll begin the installation process here. So it's starting to boot. So it's saying to try or install Ubuntu Server. I'm gonna go with the first option, just press enter or return. So you might get this error here saying display output is not active. You can ignore it because it's gonna it's gonna continue the install. Here we have to select the language. I'm going with English, so I'm gonna press return here. Keyboard, again English, enter. So I'm installing the Ubuntu Server as my base, so I'll press enter or return. It's gonna pick an IP address for us, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna press enter. I'm not requiring a proxy. I'm gonna go with done. So it's reading packages here. Okay, so here we'll press return for done, and then use an entire disk. We'll go with that option. So here we'll have to use our arrow keys. Select done and press enter. Done. You want to select continue so that we can begin the installation process. So enter. Here you want to put in your name, your server name, Ubuntu 24. Pick a username, and here put in a password. Use the arrow key, select done, press enter. So here it's asking if we want to upgrade to Ubuntu Pro. We don't need that, so we'll skip. Press enter to continue. You can install SSH if you want to SSH into this machine, so you can use the tab key to select the install and then select done. Okay, we don't really need any of this, so go ahead and use the arrow key here, select done, press enter, and then it should begin the installation process here. So it's unpacking OpenSSH, and then it's downloading and installing security updates. So this might take a minute. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to pause the video and come back when it's done with this section, and we'll come back if we need to input any information. Okay, so it looks like it's done. We have an option down here that says reboot now, so we can go with that. We can reboot. To reboot, all you have to do here is use the tab key a few times, and then once reboot now is selected, you can press return, and that should reboot it for us. Okay, what we need to do at this point is we need to close this window because we need to detach that ISO image. So we want to stop this virtual machine, and the CD DVD, you want to clear this, and then we want to click on it to start it. So as you can see, we're getting that error again, but just wait for it. And we are at the login screen, so we'll need to put in our username that we created and the password. And we are logged into the Ubuntu server. Now this is just the server version. If you need the desktop version, you have to install it. So that will be the next step here. We can install the desktop version. There's just a few commands we need to run. One thing we want to get here is the IP. So let's do IP address here in case we need to SSH into this. Let's see what IP we have. It's saying it's 192.168.64.3. So that's the IP we have here. Let's go ahead and clear this, and then we'll see the commands we need to run in order for us to install the desktop version for those that need to run the desktop version of Ubuntu Linux. So what I did is I went ahead and opened my terminal and I SSH'd into it. That way I can at least increase the font size. Should make it a little easier to read here. So the command I ran was, like I said, we needed the IP. So I did SSH, and then the username eno at the IP, and then we're able to get in. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to update this, the packages here. So actually, let me put my password here first. Okay. So let's update the packages. Sudo update password, and we can do the upgrade here. Sudo upgrade. So it's saying there's 85 packages we can upgrade, so we'll do the upgrade as well. Wait for yes here, and it's done. So we need to run a command that's going to allow us to install additional features here. So the command is sudo apt install qemu guest -agent, and also spice vd agent. Wait for yes. Okay, it's done. I'm going to clear this. The next thing we'll do here is now we'll install the desktop environment. We'll be using Ubuntu desktop environment. The command to install it is sudo apt install ubuntu -desktop. Press enter. Y for yes. And this should be the final step for us in order for us to have a desktop on our Ubuntu. So this might take a minute. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause it and come back once it's done. So it's finally done. I had to pause it for a while there because it took quite a while. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut it down and then power it back on. It's the sudo power. So let's restart it. So after waiting for a while, it takes a while, like a minute or two, before you get this pop-up window, and now you're able to log in. So just click on this. Now you can put in your password here. And there we are. We are logged into Ubuntu Desktop. And as you can see, the version here is 2404 LTS. So that's all for this video. I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.